This young woman is a gentle rebel who carries an old soul vibe about her. Music was definitely part of her life. For her, it's not about topping the charts, it's about making good music. I asked her to play me one song that is the most honest, one song that would surprise her teenage self, and one song that has the most Hamilton grit. Here's Laura Cole on Songs from the Hammer.
Wake up to skin that's golden. Come on and jump into the ocean with me. It's time we live our fantasy. Salt waves are in my hair, and sometimes life, it can be fair. I'm with you, and that is all I need to do. Island dreams, the waves beneath our feet. The energy of swaying to the beat. A reverie to land upon your shores. I need more. Wouldn't it be nice? Our own piece of paradise. The sweet smell of cocoa butter. The fruit is rich and full of color. Hold my hand. We cross 1,000,000 grains of sand. A toes first into the water, and now then can cross over with peace. And here we live in harmony. Island dreams, the waves beneath our feet. The energy of swaying to the beat. A reverie to land upon your shores. I need more. Wouldn't it be nice? Our own piece of paradise. We can hit the sandbar. You can have a rum on me. Well, I'll pay with the sand dollar. We can make it currency. And we can share a kiss underneath the waterfall mist. We can live life with a twist. It's not that far. Our Shangri-La. Island dreams, the waves beneath our feet. The energy of swaying to the beat. A reverie to land upon your shores. I need more. Wouldn't it be nice? Our own piece of paradise. A piece of paradise. And oh, paradise. And oh, paradise. And oh, paradise. haunt me. Pretend that you aren't feeling me. Bore me, adore me. Without you, babe, well, it's killing me. Charm me, disarm me. By my side like you want to be. Flaunt me, taunt me. Depends on where you would rather be, yeah. And while I got you for a minute or two, there's so many things I've got left to do for you. And while I got you for a minute or two, and while I got you for a minute or two, build a plot for getting caught. X marks the spot with a dot, dot, dot. I'll bite my lips and I'll close my eyes. Cross my heart, yeah, I hope to die. And while I got you for a minute or two, there's so many things I've got left to do for you. And while I got you for a minute or two, while I got you for a minute or two, while I got it on my mind, I'm gonna ask you to kiss me again. Well, I only got a little time, but I want you till the end. I bet I caught you by surprise. Oh, I bet I caught you by surprise.
Laura, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Nathan.
It's great to listen to your sound, and I really want to talk to you about that because it's not the kind of sound I'm used to hearing here in Hamilton. You kind of have your own thing going on there. A little bit of vintage, and your voice is not so like rock or folk or something. I don't know. Can you tell me a little bit about how you merge that sound of your voice to the music and
Yeah, well, I think
almost
it also
tropical? It sounded like those.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit Hawaiian this time around. We kind of got inspired by a bunch of Hawaiian records to write this record. But
Cool.
Yeah, it all really started with the divas, I like to call them. They've always been my biggest inspirations. From Billie Holiday to Aretha Franklin, Etta James is like my biggest. I love her, absolutely love her. And, Sam Cooke, really all those artists that can, you can hear the pain in their voice. You can hear the sentiment that they're trying to get across. And they're very, very relatable in that sense. Yeah. That's where I've drawn a lot of my inspiration from for forming my voice and for forming who I am as a musical person. The first record generally started with the voice. I would start writing some chord progressions on piano or guitar or whatever, and I'm not the greatest beat player of either, so I did get some help from my dad for the first record. And this second record, Chris Charcos and I have written and recorded the entire thing by ourselves. We begged, borrowed, and stole all of this gear and finally made this incredible piece of work that has really become a shape for who I have become.
You have someone who's writing with you, and they play what instrument?
Chris plays guitar. He can play bass and piano as well, but generally he focuses on guitar when we're writing, and he plays bass in the band. If it starts with a vocal, then generally I'll come to Chris if we didn't come up with it, together.
Yeah.
And I'll come to Chris and I'll just start singing whatever I had in mind, and he'll put the chords to it, basically voice out what I'm singing.
Yep.
And then he's got really incredible ideas when it comes to the, further progressing the song, especially with chorus and bridge ideas and, and progressions and stuff like that. But yeah, and this second record is really, really taken shape. It's really fun for me to start writing in that different way, where, a progression is there and I can kind of phrase my own cadence and my own melody over top of that. And I think I've come up with a lot of really creative ways of doing that, and not to toot my own horn, but just different melodies, different, uncommon melodies, ones that you haven't really heard before, some that you have, but usually it'll be mixed with a B part or a C part that's totally out of left field, that you didn't see coming. I try and express the songs, even if it is a sadder song, then I try and shed light on that topic. I try and shed some light as to why it's sad, but why it's still good for you. I think there's a lesson in everything, but that's just who I am.
That's something that we've heard from all the artists, is that the lessons that come from things, and how you can take an event or a cause or an emotion and turn that into a song, and people can relate to that because they've been there, they've lived through it, they've done that, and music is a really great kind of delivery system for that. For sure, and it is a big release. It's a big. There's nothing else like it. I think that's true for all musicians. Even for somebody who isn't a musician, they can totally have that release by just belting a song in the car or in the shower. And I think that's something that I really have to pay attention to, and that I couldn't give up for the world. So music has been with you pretty much your entire life. Yeah, since I was a kid. I mean, I started playing piano when I was I think about 3 years old. My mom started teaching me piano. She has her grade 10 conservatory, and my dad has a really great ear. And together, I mean, they actually, they inspired me like crazy. I remember being 3 years old and taking that first piano recital and being super nervous, and I forgot my entire solo, and I just made it up on the spot. My mom looked at me and she was like, she was, really nervous when she realized that I forgot. And then I was just, I pulled it off. I was good. I did my last 4 bars, twinkling away on the keys that I remembered, and improvising that early. So you come by it honestly, it's just there. It's already there. I think it's a good portion of it. Yeah, it's embedded in my soul. It's really, it's so important to me, and I just believe that I have some really cool things to say, and in a different way that they haven't been said before. Before you go, I would love it if you would play us one more song here. I would love to, Nathan. That'd be awesome. Thank you so much for being with us here on Songs from the Hammer. It was great. Great talking to you. Awesome.
I showed you what I needed, I showed you what I want. Well, I begged and I pleaded, you didn't give it a thought. Well, I showed you what it meant, I showed you how I cared. Continue to torment a little boy so scared. Won't try again and change you, make you change your way. I can't make you love me, you can't make me stay. So walk in, rush out. Well, how much longer can you fill me with doubt? Yeah, I'm right and you're wrong. You don't know what I want. Talking street lies, you ain't willing to compromise. I am begging to bloom, I'm begging to bloom. Things were one-sided, I tried to even them out. I felt so misguided when you suddenly broke out. Well, I know I was honest, and I know that you were. Yeah, you broke your promise, and I ended up hurt. Won't try again and change you, make you change your way. I can't make you love me, you can't make me stay. So walk in and rush out. How much longer can you feel me without? Yeah, I'm right and you're wrong. You don't know what I want. Talking straight lies. You ain't willing to compromise. I am begging to bloom. I'm begging to bloom. Won't spend another minute. Oh yeah, I've reached my limit. I've got no more time to waste. I'll be staying cool while you figure out you, washing out the aftertaste. Well, I'll be setting my roots. Will you become recluse? I'll bloom at my own pace. So walk in and rush out. How much longer can you feel me without? Yeah, I'm right and you're wrong. You don't know what I want. Talking straight lies. You ain't willing to compromise. I am begging to bloom. I'm begging to bloom. Yeah, we'll walk in, rush out. How much longer can you feel me without? Yeah, I'm right and you're wrong. You don't know what I want. Talking straight lies. You ain't willing to compromise. I am begging to bloom. I'm begging to bloom.
Turn it up, turn it on. Hamilton is in my blood. Turn it up, turn it on. Hamilton is in my blood. Turn it up, turn it on. Hamilton is in my